Whoa. Hey guys, Cat Kom Studio Sweat on Demand flying solo today, which is kind of good in a way because the question of the week is kind of long, and if Bethany or any of the other trainers were there, it might take me forever to get through this vlog. So that's good, right, Eric?
Yep.
Right. Okay, very good. I love when you do that. Happy St. Patrick's Day. This is St. Patrick's week. See my strip of green? You can't pinch me. I've got my green on. Make sure you wear your green. Okay. Do you guys eat corned beef? What is it? Corned beef, cabbage, and...
Yeah, cabbage.
Oh, yeah. I don't really do that. A lot of people do that. High in sodium. Really high in sodium. But, you know, once a year. What are you going to do? Anyways, I want to get straight to the question of the week, which came from Ryan Nations. And his question of the week, and Ryan, by the way, lives right here in sunny San Diego. Hi, Ryan. Thanks for writing in. His question of the week is... when is it time to switch up your routine? I think that's a really good question. My answer to that would be, A, if you're bored, because then you're not going to even want to do your workout, right? So if you're bored, switch up your routine. If you're not getting results, it's time to switch up your routine. If what you're doing currently isn't fitting in with your schedule and you can only get in a couple of workouts a week, it's time to switch up your routine. And then I would also add that if you're sore all the time or if you're in pain, it's time to switch up your routine. Now, if it's because of the last item, because you're sore all the time and you never feel like you're recovering and feeling strong and good, another thing to look at before you switch up your routine is maybe take a good look at your nutrition. Make sure that you're getting the right supplements and nutrients in your body, okay? Because if you're not getting enough protein and if you're not replacing your amino acids, or anything like that, maybe making that switch is going to be enough to get you to the point where you're not sore all the time. Should you be sore sometimes, Eric?
Yeah.
Yes, sometimes you want to break those muscles down, build them up stronger, but you should not constantly be sore. Of course, key, going back to the second thing I said, if you're not getting the results that you want, it's time to switch up your routine. Okay? All right, so hopefully that answers your question. The reason he asked that, well, amongst other things, is because we have brought the TRX training program into Studio Sweat, and a lot of people are trying that, switching up their routines. Okay, so it's still resistance training, it's still core training, but it's different than a lot of the exercises and drills and routines that we've been doing here. So good question on that. Then here's another follow-up question to that. He said, there's going to be a learning curve and even some setbacks. How do I mentally prepare? And then he went on to say that he had just taken his first TRX class with Dustin and that it was he loved it, but he was frustrated with himself because he wasn't good at it from the get-go. So on that note, make sure that you're patient with yourself, you guys, because I know a lot of you out there are perfectionists. I'm a perfectionist too. I want to go, if I try something, I want to be good at it. From the get-go, but it's practice makes perfect. So, with TRX training, if you're new, or with anything else that you do, you've got to be patient with yourself and always start using progressions. So start with, like an easier exercise and then move to more challenging exercises. You want to challenge yourself, but you want your form to be good. So that's where I'll always tell people quality over quantity. Be patient with yourself, okay? With spinning, I'll tell people, they've never tried a spin class or if they've never even taken a spin class with Studio Sweat because ours are a little bit more, a lot more intense. Let's be real, a lot more intense. I will tell people, you've got to, give it a few tries. It's usually the third spin class that you feel golden. So on that third spin class, excuse me, corned beef and hash. Usually on that third spin class, people start to feel like, hey, I can do this. I got this. TRX, it's the same thing. It's learning body position. It's learning form. It's learning how that you can make things more challenging for you and then easier if you can't do a move so that you can do it. So be patient with yourself. Mentally preparing also, Ryan and everybody else out there, look forward to a challenge, okay? That kind of goes back to it not being, you're not being good at it from the get-go. Look forward to a challenge. I'm telling you guys, I love a good challenge. And you know what else, Eric, that I found? A lot of times people want to be the best in a group, want to be the worst in a group because then you're going to rise to their level. Like when I first started running in San Diego, I was slow and I didn't even know it. And so I started running with this pack of girls, and they're crazy here in San Diego. Those girls, almost said something else. Those girls fly. when they run. And so I was one of the weakest runners when I started with them. Now I'm one of the strongest runners, and I'm always looking for groups that I can work with that are stronger than me. So don't want to be the best, in every group that you're in. Look for opportunities to learn and to grow, okay? Final follow-up question, what should your goals and expectations be? Okay, and he's talking again about his first TRX class and how that went for him and how he was kind of almost dreading the transition. I mean, he wanted to try it really badly, but he was kind of stuck in his routine. Love a challenge, right? Goals. Everybody's goals are going to be different. It depends on, if you're looking for weight loss, if you're just looking to get stronger, if you're looking to get more flexible. So everybody's goals are going to be a little bit different, but what I would suggest is that you have a couple of types of goals, subjective and objective. The objective meaning write them down. They need to be measurable goals. Those are going to be things like body fat test, weight loss. Another measurable goal, though, I would say is just strength endurance. Like, let's say that I'm doing an atomic push-up, which is a TRX exercise. And in the beginning, I can barely do 1 or 2 without having to set my knees down. Kind of write that down and then go, okay, 1 month from now, how many atomic push-ups do I want to be able to do? I'm going to shoot for 10, okay? So that's a measurable goal. It doesn't just have to be weight, inches. It can be something like strength or endurance. I ran a mile, in 10 minutes. Next time, in 3 months from now, I'm going to try and run a mile in 1 minute.
That'd be good.
Wow. I don't think anybody can do that, but my son claims to. Oh, and then subjective goals. It's just going to be how you feel. For example, do you feel stronger? Or do you feel like you're at the front of the pack now? So make sure that you have measurable goals and that are objective, and then some that are subjective as well. Just, how you feel. So good questions, Ryan. Didn't you think that was good, Eric?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Let's talk now about, for your tip of the week, it's actually going to be, I'm going to call it a trainer tip, but it's going to be regarding the Studio Sweat On Demand website and TV application. Well, just this one is specific to the website. We added a new feature that a lot of you guys have been asking for, so I wanted to point that out. A lot of you have favorite classes that you like to go back to now and then, and sometimes they're a little challenging to find. And so we did add a feature where you can have your own favorite classes list. So if you open up a class, like where you're going to go to play the class, there's a little star, and next to it says add to my favorites. And if you click on that, you can start your own list of your favorite classes. And then anytime you want to go back to them, they're going to be there for you. If you go under the classes menu item, drop down the bottom option, the sub menu there is my favorite classes. So you can start building a list of your own favorite classes. So that's your trainer tip. Look for that. We're also adding a search feature that you can use. That I wouldn't be surprised if that was out within a week, where you can search for classes based on trainer names, the class name, keywords, anything in the class description, anything like that, a date. Okay, so look for that to be available as well. Class releases for this week. We have Brooke coming out with a straight up spin, which you guys are fully digging. We've sold more straight up spins than I think any other class download, with the exception of Speed Spin. And there's a Speed Spin download that's going to be coming out pretty soon as well. Anyways, so tomorrow, meaning Sunday, St. Patrick's Day, Miss Brooke will have that straight up spin out, and then Bethany is going to release her first small group training. I know a lot of you guys have been jonesing for one of those, so there's going to be a small group training where you're just going to need some weights in your body. I'm pretty sure that Bethany is going to lead you through, and that'll come out on Thursday. That's all I have for you. Next week, I hope to have a friend with me. Happy St. Patrick's Day, guys. Mwah.